Hello and welcome along to the Project Cars 2 Virtual Racing League, where today you join us for round 8 of the GT3 Championship at Nurburgring. So one of the driver favourites this one. It's not the Nordschleife, it's the shorter version, but nonetheless it should provide some excellent racing. As ever, 5-minute qualifying followed by 2 20-minute races with a random grid in the second race. Let's see race 1 today, grid positions. It's Roger and Scuderia Sam lining up on the front row with Alex Brown in third there, and then we've got an Irishman and a Welshman on the third row. God, these are going quick today. I can't even keep up. Hopefully the drivers can. Luke McGee on row P9 and Twingo Task on P10. I ruined the grid positions. But anyway, you can see it on the side of the screen there. And a very quick getaway there. Almost a jump start for all the drivers there. Don't know what was going on. And a great start from Alex Brown in the Porsche. Look at that. Straight into second and challenging the lead now. Challenging Roger the Dodger in the McLaren. Down a heavy braking zone into turn 1 downhill here. It could provide carnage. Oh, there's a little tap on the back of the Lambo of Scuderia Sam there from one of the BMWs. I think that might have been Chris Doherty. And Alex, yeah, looks like he's got the lead here in the Porsche ahead of the McLaren of Roger. As they go around turn 2 into turn 3 now. And it's 2 abreast, and just behind is Chris Doherty versus the I think that's D-Man in the Acura actually. So interesting to see D-Man back in the Acura there. Nice to have him back on track. The 2 Irish drivers having an Irish skirmish straight away. And Scuderia Sam looking quite racy now on the inside of Alex Brown. Ooh, that's a very brave place to try a manoeuvre there. He's going to have the outside line now for the next corner, and look at the menacing yellow BMW there of Alex CDL in the background, waiting to see how this unfolds and pick off any scraps. And Scuderia Sam can't wait to get past Alex Brown here if he wants to stay in touch with Roger. Roger's been very quick down the inside, he goes, and a little bit of trading paint as they go around there. Alex Brown's been forced out wide here. This could leave him under threat now as they go up to the Schumacher S's with Alex, the 2 Alexes side by side, and Alex CDL just muscles his way past. Wow, incredible manoeuvre from Alex CDL then, and the BMW of Chris Doherty follows through as well, and so does the Nissan Acura thing. Oh, no, not Nissan, Honda, what am I on about? Honda Acura thing of T-Man. That's a new hybrid, isn't it? It'd be interesting to see that one. But it looks like Alex Brown's held his own there on the Nissan Acura. But look at this, trading paint once again now. Wouldn't notice that though on D-Man, because he's got all sorts of colours on that car. I won't see any paint traded on that thing. And he just gets forced onto the curb there. And Alex Brown successfully defends that position and lives to fight another day. Meanwhile, in the background, we've got 2 Lamborghinis going at it, of Cherry Berry and the Scotsman of Luke McGee, and that's Chris Doherty in the BMW round. Terrible place to lose it coming onto the straight. He's going to lose so much time now going down there, and the driver's streaking past him. Now he's under pressure from the Bentley, I think, of Free Gazelle, and 2 Lambos side by side. This rarely ends well when you've got Luke McGee and Cherry Berry and 2 Lambos given side by side into a heavy braking zone, but somehow they managed to not take each other out. So yeah, full of surprises along this first lap here.
Yes, it certainly is. It's a frantic start from everyone got going there, and quite a few robust moves. First of all, you had Alex Brown on. He's just going a bit wide there. You had Alex Brown a bit of him and Roger rubbing a bit of paint, and he was also getting in with Scuderia Sam for an exit manoeuvre by Alex CDL earlier on, which was full on the edge on the outside here. But now we're into the sort of mid pack, and we've got Luke McGee and Cherry Berry. Oh dear! That was like Chris had such an unlucky spin at the last corner and of the first lap, and there's some collected Cherry Berry. So it's another frustrating start to race for Chris in this championship, and he'll be looking forward to maybe going on to something else. But for now, it's still the GT3s as we look at Twingo having his moment as well, and we look at here's D-Man. Good to have D-Man back in the Acura. We'd love to see a Honda Nissan mashup. Next up on list, well, we've kind of got that. What's going off here? It's Alex CDL. Oh, he's just gone flying off there, and
how did he lose it there?
Not quite sure. It was just in the background, and there he was. So no, don't quite know what's happened there. As we look at D-Man and Alex Brown coming close down, and Luke McGee looking in the background, seeing if you can pick up any pieces of anything goes wrong here. But yeah, there's a freak accident from Alex CDL. Not quite sure what happened there. As we look at Chris Doherty and Bentley, Free Gazelle, having a bit of a battle there, and just getting the job done there. But yeah, such a weird accident from Alex CDL after a great start from him, and here's D-Man and Alex Brown resuming the battle, looking in the background. So yeah, don't quite know what happened there. It's a bit of a straight one because Alex CDL's one of the front runners in this championship, and that's him drop back to ninth now. So yeah, not quite sure what happened there, but a straight start for him and Chris so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a frustrating start for Chris Doherty, isn't it? I mean, he seems to have some sort of curse with these GT3s, although he did make it round lap 1 this time, so it is an improvement. It was lap 2, I think, this time, wasn't it, that he had his incident, but he's down there still battling away, and he's got a chance in race 2, assuming he makes his pit stop in this one, get that over the way with, and so with Alex CDL, I would have thought too. He was really putting the pressure on Scuderia Sam, as we turn to look at him now. He's chasing hard after Roger the Dodger. The gap's pretty stagnant between those two. They're sort of trading lap times there around 1.5 to 2 seconds, the gap maintaining between those two, and D-Man and Alex Brown chasing hard as well, and looks like D-Man's just about now got a few car lengths back to Alex Brown, so perhaps he can sort of knuckle down, and it's good to see him back, isn't it, because he's always got the pace as D-Man, one of the speedy Irishmen. There's the other speedy Irishman, Chris Doherty. And yeah, it's good to see him back in the mix up there. Meanwhile, Lupin McGee is chasing hard now after Alex Brown. You can just see that in the background. And those two have got some history, haven't they? Lupin McGee and Alex Brown. It's always absolutely fantastic racing when those two get together, and we could be in for a real scrap soon between those two. As you're looking at that battle now, going through the last little chicane there, that's one of the main overtaking spots on the circuit. This last corner isn't so much. Oh, Alex Brown pulls into the pits and denies us what would have been a fantastic battle. Oh, Alex Brown, shame on you, Alex, shame on you. No, but he's doing probably the right thing there, because it'll probably prevent him losing a heap of time battling with the car when he doesn't have to, and it'll be interesting to see where he comes back out now. And that's Chris Doherty in the barrier. How has he lost it there? Coming up, he must have. That BMW seems very tail happy, doesn't it? It seems to surprise its drivers in very unusual locations.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen that with Alex CDL. I mean, he was a bit leery with his flamboyant move on Alex Brown on the first lap, but he pulled that off nicely, and it was nice and controlled. But it snapped on him on the back section, and there's Chris Doherty had a few snaps. One with Cherryberry, and the other just seems to be the car of its own accord, and the bumper's hanging off quite savagely there. That's not going to last, so he'll be pleased that there's only cosmetic damage on, but even then he'll be wishing he was somewhere else in another car, I'm sure. So yeah, it's got back to 8th place, so he's still in the running, but having a bit of a battle with Fleet Gazelle, but he won't be enjoying that so much, and as he looks to get the move done on that big Bentley, you need to watch when you're tangoing with that. It could end in tears very quickly, and Chris Doherty's had a few tears in this race already, so he won't be wanting to anymore, I'm sure. But I mean, you just see it there, just how snappy it is, so we've got to be careful with it. And of course, Chris started in the Renault and switched to BMW, so whichever car he seems to just not be gelling with the GT3s on this one, which is a shame, because he can't. If he does, he'd be right up there. So we're hoping for better luck in the second race, but doesn't all seem to find that as we look at Lupin G, who's managed to get himself up into 5th, and there's Roger the Dodger at the front with Sam in pursuit. These two have had some great battles in this championship already, but Roger seems to have a bit of a gap on Sam at the moment, so we'll see if Sam can do anything about that as we look at Cherryberry and Lupin G. Bit of a gap there as well, but they have been providing some good entertainment, the two of them, in the Lamborghinis Championship. So see if there's any more battles to come today. We just seem to be in this sort of, like, there's a few early stops, and people are just settling into the race space and then deciding what strategy they're going to deploy, whether it's going to be, if it's a race 1 or a race 2 pit stop. So we're just into that kind of see what happens phase, and but it's looking when she goes a bit wide there onto the grass. Not
a bumpy ride.
Definitely not what he wants to see. But it's D-Man's off. Oh,
what's happened here?
Looks like a disc. Looks like he had a controller issue or something. Looks like disconnection of some kind. That's no, I want to see, because it's good to have D-Man back, but it's not working out from there anyway. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but people who will be very happy about that, Cherry Berry's now promoted to a podium position, a couple of seconds ahead of Lucan McGee, who had a very bumpy ride a few laps ago, and it looks like D-Man is going to rejoin this race. Fantastic news. He's getting going again, probably some sort of controller issue, as you said, Ian. But thankfully a spit of flame from the exhaust, and he's back underway again, and he is now in 7th position, so he's lost a little bit of time there. So it'll be interesting to see whether he takes his pit stop. And just before that incident, Ian, you were saying about pit stop strategies. It's a very long pit lane here, isn't it, at the Nürburgring? So it does cost a lot of time. And when you can see the top 5 there separated by just 20 seconds in total, any one of those top 5 will be in a bit of trouble if they pit now, and they're going to lose a lot of time. But it is a strategic thing, so we'll see who does what. And there's still plenty of time in this race to go as well. Who knows what's going to happen yet? I mean, it's quite finely poised between first and second. It's not really a wheel-to-wheel battle, but it's certainly a battle in lap times, and certainly a battle in lap times between these two at the moment too. But on the last lap, Luke McGee closed in by nearly a second on Cherry Berry, and he's looking really racy now. Look at him moving around, he's trying to distract his Lamborghini teammate. Oh, it's very edgy going in here, and Cherry Berry misses the apex, and now Luke McGee's got the run on him. He's going to try and wrong foot him if he can, and Luke McGee's chasing down the Lambo now. He'll be very familiar with the back of a Lambo, he knows exactly what that looks like. And they're quite keen on each other, these two, aren't they, in terms of their driving standards. They know each other very well, and now Cherry Berry's done an Ian. He's gone wide and bumpy right back to the circuit, and there's pressure's piling on, and Alex CDL is closing in all the while as well in the yellow Lambo. This is fantastic racing between these two.
Yeah, it certainly is. As you say, know each other quite well. We're teammates in the previous GT3 in the Audi R8, so both make the jump over to the very similar Lamborghini. So they've had a few run-ins already this championship, so this is a great race to see as Luigi's just trying his best, but Cherry Berry knows how to defend as well, so he'll be just keep tabs on him. And there's Alex Siegel in the background, which I'm sure neither of them will want to see. He's had a very scruffy start to the race, and will be looking to make amends, and he's got them in his sights, and he'll be fancying if he can get that done, be back up on the podium, which wouldn't be too bad for Alex considering the days as far as we look at D-Man, who's also had his troubles and is now getting back in the mix with an attack on Fugazelle and that Bentley, but it's quite a size difference between the two, so he needs to pick his battles well, but he doesn't want to end in tears. So this is he looks like that. He's just got the job done there.
Very opportunistic.
Fugazelle was slow out the corner there, and it just didn't just seemed to be caught out there, and D-Man just pounced straight away, and that's got the job done. So next up for him would be Alex CDL, but he's looking to get in the mix with Luke G and Cherry Berry here. So Luke G a few laps ago was closing right in on Cherry Berry, but now that yellow BMW is looming large, and he's made a big mistake there, and that won't be helping him with his battle with Cherry Berry or his impending battle with Alex CDL. He's gone wide. Oh dear, he's gone very scruffy, and that's dear. Just saw that BMW coming, and it just all went to tears for him. So this will be Alex CDL, but we'll see that after his early race exploits. He was sliding off early on, and Luke was sliding off mid-race, and it's invited Alex CDL right into party. It's still very scruffy from Luke G here, so you need to get it together. It's going to hold up Alex CDL, but Alex CDL's right on him here.
Well, I have no idea how the Scotsman managed to keep that thing pointed in a straight line eventually there. It looked like he was headed for doom in the barrier. He's off into the sandpit now, and that's surely Alex CDL through. Yes, it is. I'm not sure what's going on there with Luke McGee. He's usually quite a smooth driver. He's not usually that erratic, so I don't know whether he's been distracted by something, maybe a haggis or something running alongside the track, and accidentally ran a bit wide, but he's back on now, and now he has to try and follow the line of Alex CDL to see if he can get back. Maybe it was the glare from that yellow BMW in his wing mirror or something distracting him, because that thing is probably the brightest thing on the circuit, isn't it? But Cherry Berry now is having to suffer the glare of the yellow Beamer, so we'll see how he copes. Lamborghini as well, obviously. Spit of flame from the BMW onto heavy braking there. Where's the best overtaking spot on this circuit, Ian? Down to turn 1, do you reckon? Because the BMW is so fast in a straight line.
Probably got down to turn 1, you got that closing speed, and probably along the back straight into the kind of chicane. If you can position it right there, you can get a bit of a run on it. But yeah, definitely that first corner is a prime spot if you can time it right. And Alex CDL's going to try and demonstrate here. He's having a look, but
thought about it.
He's having a look and thinking about it. But Cherryberry just did enough there at the head. But yeah, definitely that's the kind of the nice wide when you see that at the start of the race, and we've seen that a few times today, where it just gives you that. There's a couple of lines through there, and that just gives you like a good opportunity to have the overtake. So Alex CDL did a beautiful overtake after the Schumacher races, where he kind of came around outside of Alex Brown. So there's always seems to be an opportunity for Alex CDL, and he'll be hoping there's an opportunity for him here on Cherryberry. But yeah, Cherryberry's had some good success as well, so he'll be wanting to keep him behind him if he can. But yeah, Alex CDL's shown some great pace, especially since his mid-season switch to BMW, and he'll be and again there. That's the corner there where he got Alex Brown, and it's closed them right up, because the BMW it's quite a loose style, but it seems to suit the car, and it closes them right up as it's done here. So he'll be looking for his opportunity maybe before the end of this lap, if not definitely in the first corner. So see if you can get. In fact, he's closed right up here. He'll be looking to make his move now. So this is one of the places you can get a good run, and he has got side by side, and it kind of gives the other car no choice but to yield. So and that's what's happened there. He's just got the job done beautifully through the chicane there. But Cherryberry's coming back. It's coming back on him, but Alex CDL's got the job done. He's got ahead there, and he just needs to hold it now through this final corner. And Cherryberry's gone onto the grass there, which won't help his traction either. So yeah, good move there from Alex CDL, and that's put him up into the podium spot. Let's look at Roger, who's I think Sam scores on him a bit there, but he's still got enough of a gap to you won't be too worried about that at the moment. But yeah, just one to watch maybe in the closing stages of this one.
Yes, great overtake there from Alex CDL. Looks like Cherryberry didn't want to fight that one too hard, bearing in mind he's got Luke McGee still behind him. And in terms of the championship, Luke McGee is very much a competitor, or direct rival, let's say, to Cherryberry. But yes, Roger the Dodger is interesting. He was steadily pulling out a couple of tenths here and there per lap over Screwy Sam. Nothing major, but you know, it's quite consistent, a couple of tenths every lap. Last two laps though, Screwy Sam's been quicker. So interesting stuff going on at the front there. I wonder if Roger's starting to struggle with his tyres a little bit, or Screwy Sam's burnt off some fuel. He's starting to feel the car a little bit better or something. Although having said that, it looks like at the moment Roger's pulled out another couple of tenths. But yeah, it's really to-ing and fro-ing at the front, isn't it? It's tantalisingly out to reach Roger is for Scuderia Sam. So looks like at the moment we're not going to get a wheel-to-wheel battle, but who knows what's going to happen by the end of the race. Alex CDL is well and truly on his way now in that Beamer. He is lapping, well, he did 59.3 the last time around, but he's definitely capable of getting in the 58s in that thing. So interesting to see what he does this time around. Now he's in some clear air. He's 20 seconds off the lead, so it looks like he's pretty settled for third unless something major happens up ahead, or maybe Roger does one of his trademark pit stops from the lead. Who knows what's going to happen. Alex Brown in the Beetle we're looking at now. He's in 6th position. He's chasing hard after Luke McGee, but he's made his pit stop and he's a long way behind, so he looks set for 6th at the moment. He's 7 seconds ahead of Free Gazelle, and then we've got Chris Doherty ahead of Disconnecty, that's not even a word, Disconnection-y, Irishman of D-Man, but he's in 9th, so hopefully we'll see the two Irish guys back at the front. But to be honest, they dominated in the rugby. I think they can handle 8th and 9th in this race.
Yeah, it levels it out nicely.
Oh, look at this!
Brilliant move by Cherryberry there. That was
wow.
CDL got a bit squiggly there, and but he's managed to reclaim it. But that was a good attempt by Cherryberry. But Alex CDL seems to have steadied the ship, and he's managed to maintain the position. But that's probably one of the main overtaking spots, that first corner, where you can just catch somebody out, as Cherryberry kind of did there. But Alex CDL managed to regain his composure and get underway again and get the job back. But it's not between these two either. As look at them right in different styles. This car, the Lamborghini seems to throughout his championship's been a bit smoother, a bit more measured, whereas the BMW's been a bit more looser, as you see the kicking up dirt there, and yeah, it's a bit more just back end stepping a bit through that corner, and Cherryberry's making the most of that. He's got down the inside, and but now it's the pace advantage. Lambo's quick on the straight, but so's that BMW, and that just seems again he gets so loose through that corner. He just seems to get a big slide on, but it seems to work out for him, and now he seems to have a slight pace advantage up this back straight section where he got the jump on Cherryberry before, and he's just managed to eke out that gap again. So yeah, it's fascinating to watch these different styles, and there's this stuff going on to the last lap. So it seems to be all to play for this final podium spot. As we look up to the front, it seems to be Roger just managing the gap to Studio Sam. So this seems to be where the action is for this final lap here, and Cherryberry is trying very hard, but Alex Dale does seem to have a slight pace advantage when it comes to the straights here. So see if Cherryberry can get everything done here, but it was this time last lap that Cherryberry managed to get a jump on, but that's maybe partly down to Alex Dale mistake. So if he can just keep it together here, he should be alright, and he seems to have gone through that much better as Cherryberry goes a bit wide there and just drops a wee bit of the gap. But it was in this section that Cherryberry was able to come back on Alex before he went on and actually bid, and he looks like he's doing it again here, but it's whether he can hold it through the second half of the lap where the BMW seems to be a bit stronger. But he's definitely going to try a bit of contact. It's nudged Alex Dale wide there, but it's they've maintained position, and there's G in the background. Just he'll be there if there's any mishaps, which is possible given how they've been driving. But they seem to both under control. So that he was out the back there. It's a wee bit of a dice with Ristorti in the last lap. He's going for he's going for the move here. He's down the inside, and he's got that power advantage, but Ristorti seems to keep the power on around the outside, and has kept him ahead. So good effort there from Frigasell, but Ristorti has managed to maintain that position. As we look at Cherryberry, he's still trying very hard to get past this BMW, but again, this was the section that has where the BMW seems to have a bit of a pace advantage, so it could be Bliss's opportunity, because there's Roger just crossing the line. He's ahead there. Can Cherryberry get one last dive? It's looking less and less likely, as this is where the BMW has the speed advantage, and going through this chicane here, it's looks like Alex Dale can just not spin out in this last corner. It looks like that job done. Cherryberry's giving it everything, and he's so close. He's got a bit of a slipstream, but I think Alex Dale's going to see this out, as Chris Doherty as well, flashing his lights just coming into this race. So he'll be happy-ish with the 7th, I think, given the offering that's gone through. And there's Alex Brown, who's making up a bit of his own line through there. But he could be an interesting one, because he had good pace in qualifying, and he's got some stuff out the way, so he could be one to watch in the second race. As we look at him coming over the line in 6th place and doing a bit of that smack into the wall, that'll be. I'm sure the Porsche mechanics looking on at the home race will be pleased with that. And here's Ristorti coming over the line in 7th, just after a bit of a torrid race for him. He seems to be the common theme. He's a bit of celebration as he comes across the line to finish this race.
This is where Chris Doherty is his happiest, isn't it? Crossing the line to finish a GT3 race.
Definitely, there's nothing better than finishing a GT3
the end of a GT3 race. No wonder he's so happy. He's the happiest driver crossing that line, apart from the winner, probably. But yeah, Roger the Dodger wins that one. 1.1 seconds in the end. Quite close. Very close on the lap times as well between those two. Both to make their pit stops in race 2 as well, with Alex Dale rounding out the podium after surviving that late onslaught from Cherryberry. So race 2, load in. Let's see what happens in this one. It's a random grid. It's an Alex all front row. Interested with the Irish all second row. Alex Dale gets away nicely, but that Porsche is so fast in the hands of Alex Brown, isn't it, off the line? Look at that. absolutely fantastic launch. And that's one of the Lambos getting very out of shape. I think it was Free Gazelle and Luke McGee in the background there. And Alex Edel goes to the outside to try and cut back for the inside on Alex Brown, and a little bit of crunching of metal going on into turn 1 there. Not sure what was going on, we'll have to review that one. Alex Edel still second place ahead of the battling Irish pair. 2 abreast they go now into turn 3. Chris Doherty versus D-Man. Chris Doherty's got ahead of D-Man, and Cherry Berry's in behind there as well, looking to pick off any scraps. And Alex Edel goes a little bit wide there. This might leave him vulnerable to attack from his BMW teammate Chris Doherty, but there's no way through this corner. We'll have to sole single file through this bit unless someone makes a mistake. But there could be an opportunity down the hill now into the hairpin. Alex Brown's got a little bit of a gap. There's a Lamborghini bouncing up and down. I think it was a bit of Lambo contact going on between Cherry Berry and I think that might have been Scuderia Sam. And Scuderia Sam and Roger the Dodger now battling away into the hairpin. And off goes D-Man. Off goes D-Man in that multicoloured Honda Acura / Nissan Acura. And he's getting away again now. Roger's off. Roger's off going up into the Schumacher S's, and Alex versus Alex is going on as well. Looks like Alex Brown just about staying ahead of Alex Edel. Alex Edel's off now and bouncing his way back onto the road with Chris Doherty just ahead of him now, and Cherry Berry looking to make up any ground as well. These two know each other very well, don't they, after the last race? And we got Scuderia Sam and Cherry Berry battling away with Roger behind. It's always fireworks when Scuderia Sam and Roger come together. Oh no, and they have come together, and it's fireworks already. And carnage, and two of the favourites for the race, or maybe not because they still got to make their pit stop, are off into turn 1 there. Before the end of lap 1 there. Interesting crash there. Neither of them wanted to give way, and that's the end result. And now Chris Doherty is finding some form here finally in a GT3 race. I don't want to curse him, he's a real life racing driver, he knows what he's doing, but he's just completed 1 lap of GT3 racing.
I know, that's a milestone moment in this championship for Chris, and he's looking quite racy with Alex Brown.
Oh no!
You had to say something.
Oh my god, that is brilliant.
Poor Chris.
I can't believe that.
Poor Chris, he's still not going.
I'm just not going to say it anymore.
Well, the real life racing driver's gone from 2nd to 9th in that one corner thanks to Sam, basically. So that's.
Sorry, Chris, if you listen.
I'm sure he'll be pleased when that's over. So we've now got Cherry Berry who's up into 3rd spot, and the Scuderia Sam had that's a kind of. I was on a Verstappen Hamilton moment with Sam and Roger. Just neither wanted to give way. They both had, and just here they go tangoing again. So it's I think Sam maybe giving a bit of room there. So that's
it's McGee and
oh dear. Alex made the right dog's breakfast of that, and it seems to have knocked out looking at GSL. He's sitting there and he's managed to get reset, and what's that for you as well? He had a moment, but it's just like the start of the last race. Alex Edel had a moment that seems to have been a bigger moment, and it's really knocked to looping with G4 6 as well. So he's got a bit of recovering to do, and that's Chris Doherty who's managed to get himself back up at 6th place. So he'll be appreciating that, even if he won't be appreciating how his BMW's handling. But again, it's just that. It's that lariness, that kind of loose tail end that seems to just get away from its drivers. So
again
there. It's so it seems to be very fast on the straights, but it seems to be very dangerous everywhere else as Scuderia Sam comes in for his pit stop. So we've got a Honda Nissan and a Scuderia Lamborghini. So we've got all the mixing matches in this race. So. There's that Alex Edel coming in, so he's getting his pit stop as well. So after his early race problems, just decided to get his pit stop done, and
we've also
Cherry Berry as well. So and there's the bumper back on for Sam.
We've also got an Alpine Beamer as well, because Twingo swapped out the Renault for a very Renault-y coloured. Paint schemes BMW, so 3 Beamers on the grid now, Ian. So that's interesting, isn't it? And a lot of early pit stops going on here. Unsurprising after all the carnage.
Yeah, sure is. As just drivers just trying to make the most of it, and obviously you've got the the two fastest men from the last race are also need to get their pit stops. So that's Roger up at the second with Alex Brown out ahead, and there's Roger there in second. So yeah, he had good pace in the first race, and he's had that early instance, so we're wanting to kind of make amends with that, but still puts him in a good position overall, potentially fame, and he's not too far away from Alex Brown there. But Alex Brown, of course, has had his pit stop out the way in the first race, so it's looking good for him so far early on with some of the instances the other drivers had. But as we've seen already, a lot can happen, and it's still a long way to go. We're only about quarter way through this one, so lots can still happen, and we've got to wait and see. But yeah, Roger's putting in some fast laps, fastest on the circuit just now, with some fast laps up ahead. But Alex Brown, to be fair, has also put in some pretty quick laps so far. So yeah, interesting battle at the front here just now. But of course, Roger's just got to get his pit stop at some point.
Yeah, it's a good point, Ian. I don't know when he's going to make his pit stop, but it looks like he might have some clear air for a bit, chasing hard after Alex Brown, and that could really pay dividends when it comes to the end of the race, because he's likely going to come out around about Scuderia Sam sort of area, isn't he? So that would be could be fireworks again at the end of the race. Scuderia Sam's chasing hard after Cherryberry after making a stop, and while the race still is a bit quiet at the moment, let's go through the order. Alex Brown, he hasn't made a pit stop, and I don't think he needs to this race, so he's looking really good if he can stay there, with Roger having to make a stop. I'm pretty sure the two Irish guys made their stop in the race one, didn't they? So they're looking good as well, up there in third and fourth, possible podiums for those two. Can't remember Twingo. Not sure on Cherryberry either, actually. So
Cherryberry's this
yeah, but there's a good mix of drivers.
He's done his pit stop this race, so he's done.
Oh yes, correct. Yeah. So I think there's a couple of drivers left to make their stop, but not that many. So it'll be really interesting now how this develops towards the end of the race, especially with Alex Brown, whether he'll just wave Roger through, not wanting to waste any time, or whether he'll try and hold him up a little bit, because that's quite an interesting one for Alex, isn't it? I think he wouldn't mind getting a win here if he can.
No, definitely not. He's shown some good pace in the first race. Got spits up out there. He was running sort of mid pack when he had his stop, and obviously did quite well in qualifying. So yeah, he's looking quite good, and obviously that Porsche at the nurburgring does run quite nicely too. So he'll be quite happy. But yeah, as you say, if you can hold Roger up here, it's all game for him as well. Doesn't want Roger getting out and putting in some fast laps in clear air, but given that Roger's got to do a pit stop and we're coming almost to halfway point already, it's looking good for Alex Brown so far. So he just needs to kind of keep it together and not do anything silly. It's easier said than done sometimes, but yeah, he's certainly really good. He's got good pace, and he's sitting pretty with the pit situation as well. As look at Scuderia Sam on his team not mate there's just nudging him onto the grass in the chicane there, but that's it's got the job done, and it's both pitted, so this is for position. So know each other's racing quite well, and obviously in the same car as well, so not much between them. But Cherryberry proved how racy he can be in the first race, and Sam just needs to watch and just do the laps in as Cherryberry's coming back on him, but looks like Sam's just going to maintain that position. They both get it's the tail it a bit there, but managed to survive unlike some of the others today. So and here's Roger putting the move on Alex Brown potentially. So Alex Brown, yeah, he's putting up a bit of a fight, doesn't want to give in too easily, but Roger's had some good pace, and he'll be wanting to clear Alex Brown, knowing that he doesn't have to pit, and Roger will have. So it's nice move there, and Alex Brown isn't fighting it too hard. So yeah, that's as you'd expect. Don't want to get in each other's way too much if they can help it, and that's Roger now got to see if he can make any inroads in the clear air. But Alex Brown showing tremendous pace here still, and he's coming back on him. Oh dear! This is what I'm saying. Like, we don't really want to. He's had a bit of a bump there, and that's Roger was into a warning on sportsman drive right there, and with that Roger calls time and gets into the pit. So yeah, it's a bit of an unfortunate coming together between two very quick drivers in in this race, and Roger Colstein just gets the pits, and so he's not had his opportunity for simply there, but he should be relatively strong here. He'll come out round about the Sam position, so see where he comes out.
I have to say, that's quite interesting, the way, I don't know if it's a bit Project Cars 2 physics or something there as well, because you would have thought Roger's wheels would be turning left there, and he ended up steering right. So I'm not sure how that happened, really. Scuderia Sam almost getting out of shape. He knows that Roger's in the pits, because all these drivers look at the timing screens on the left-hand side of the screen whilst they're driving. So this will be really, really fascinating how close this is going to be, as Scuderia Sam and Cherryberry absolutely full throttle now towards turn 1. Where is Roger? Where is Roger? Where is he? Oh, there's Roger. Oh, it's going to be side by side down into turn 1. Scuderia Sam turns in. Oh, there's contact between the two of them already. These two are fantastic to watch on the track together, aren't they? And Scuderia Sam's got the inside line now on Roger, and he just about gets past. Oh, that was incredible stuff between those two, with Cherryberry now lurking in the background, waiting to pick off anything that unfolds here. Undoubtedly, these two are going to come together again. Do you remember early in the season, back in Barcelona, I think it was, these two had a fantastic race-long battle and didn't touch at all, but recently they seem to be inseparable. They just can't help each other. And Roger's almost tapping Scuderia Sam there, as if to say, get on with it. I got an angry Lamborghini in the form of Cherryberry behind me. I don't want to be near that thing over there. But he's chasing hard now, and these three look set for an absolutely fantastic battle. And well, we'll make that 4 actually, because Twingo-tastic's just up ahead, and this is going to get really, really tasty soon, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been tremendous. As you say, they had that race-on battle barely touched, but there's been quite a bit of contact today. I don't know if that's the nature of the circuit or if it's just a bit more racy further on the championship. Cherryberry taking a more direct line there as Twingo's. Yeah, you'll have to come up with a new username. You can't be a Twingo and a BB. So, dear, had a bit of a moment with Roger. Had a bit of a moment with Roger there, but he's managed to get it pulled together. But yeah, that's given him a bit of a shock, because Twingo gets back in. Oh, it's getting very physical here, as you're saying. Yeah, long gone the days with the racing. All.
It's like touring car racing.
Yes, that's proper getting physical there. So rubbing his racing, as you say, but that's taken it to extremes, and Roger seems to have survived that. He's got ahead of Cherryberry, and he's got his nemesis Sam just ahead of him, but he's that's a bit of a weak little background with Cherryberry, but still seems to be going alright, and here's as we look well, he's committed anyway.
Yeah, this is the man who caused all of this, let's be honest. He's the one who
pretty much the man who
made Roger come out. Yeah, made Roger come out right alongside Scuderia Sam in the end, and Alex Brown now just be laughing up there, 5-second lead ahead of everyone else with less than half the race left to go. Yeah, he's blissfully unaware of what on earth is kicking off behind him, what he has created. But it's fantastic, because Scuderia Sam and Roger, both fierce rivals on the track, and they're both, Scuderia Sam used to do a lot of karting, and Roger still does a lot of karting, so they know their way around a racetrack, let's say. And Cherryberry as well added to the mix, always spices things up too. But fair play to Twingo, he really got his elbows out there, didn't he? He wasn't gonna get past lying down. He really did put up a fight, and it was great to see that. Free Gazelle, just a reminder that he's up there in the blue sky somewhere. I think he must have disconnected, unfortunately, because it's always good to see Free Gazelle in race 2, isn't it? He always seems to find some extra pace from somewhere. I wonder where.
Yeah, he loves. He used to have party mode on the Mercedes. He does party mode on the Bentley with his tyres. So it's always good to see how much pace he can have. But unfortunately, we don't get that today. And looking at the back, it's Luke BG and Alex CDL who had that coming together earlier on. It just seems to be that's kind of where they've stuck there. Long way back for Luke BG, who ended up off the track, and. There's a bit of a BMW civil war with Alex CDL and Twingo. So Alex CDL's managed to at least catch the next man on the road, but yeah, it's been a bit of a race to forget for him as well, which is unfortunate, especially given the champion. Oh, it's Twingo just going off the road there, but yeah, given the championship battle, it's unfortunate for Alex CDL just not in the races today. And here's Roger, who seems to have had a bit of a constant scrap with Sam. So that's always been good to see. And we've got quite physical today, so we'll see if there's any more to come, or if they're in a sort of sensible place and just try and get it home from here. But it's been a topsy-turvy day when Chris Norris is on the podium, and there's dearie me, that's and there's Cherry Berry just swooping in there to Sam holding Roger
Brilliant.
up. It's Cherry Berry with an opportunistic move, and it's got him ahead of both of them. So nice bit of opportunity from Cherry Berry there, and Roger and Dodger will just hoping to clear Sam after all the trouble he's caused today. So
that was a very interesting moment, wasn't it? I think Roger was being the sporting driver there. He was making sure that he made sure Sam went ahead of him again after the corner, because he gave him a nudge into it. But then Sam messed up the return to the track and spun, and then knocked his bumper off. And meanwhile, while those two were working out who was going to go ahead or not, they were sort of after you. Cherry Berry went, well, I'll think it's just after me actually. I'll go through and I'll take that position very, very kindly. Thank you very much. But these two now are closing in once again. But Cherry Berry really has got a lot of pace, hasn't he? 58.5 the last time around. That's second quickest person on the track. So he really is at the races today, is Cherry Berry, and he really is in a scrap with these two drivers here for who's going to be best of the rest in fourth position behind the three drivers who pitted in race 1. So this is effectively for the win for the drivers who have pitted race 1, isn't it? No, race 2. If you see what I mean.
Yeah, pretty much. These are the fastest pit stop drivers. So this is sort of second tier against the some guys who didn't have to pit. So it's been quite fascinating. And as you say, Cherry Berry's got some really good pace, and of course a race winner in the last gt3 championship in the Audi. So he's had some good places in some of the circuits, and he used a great opportunistic move there. So he's could be right in the mix here as Sam and Roger just try to feel around each other. Just having had a few scraps today. Don't want to try want to just get it to the end there and see if we can have a bit of a battle with Cherry Berry for fourth here. But it's been an excellent wee scrap here, and we saw Cherry Berry involved with Alex in the first race, and he's right in the mix here as Sam closes up in the year. It's need to watch start there. It's not been kind to Sam today, but seems to got away with it on that occasion, and he's trying to line Cherry Berry up for a manoeuvre. But it's difficult when there's not much of a pace advantage being in the same car. Roger's the kind of got the sort of differential if there is anything there. So but Cherry Berry's keeping it tidy and just covering Sam off through his corner. But Sam will be fancy chances to see Roger coming there. He won't want to give anything away there. So Roger's going for a move into this first corner, and Cherry Berry's trying to cover it off, but Roger seems to have he's down the inside of Sam anyway for this corner, and if you fancy moving on Cherry Berry, and he's going for it, and Cherry Berry's, no! Oh, it's so unfortunate with such a lovely move from Roger there, and then just bumped at the end, and it just seemed to catch everyone out. So unfortunately, and that's put Sam ahead of Cherry Berry and Roger in the background. So it's worth the effort, but it didn't quite work out as it planned, and it's dropped him back behind both of them after he was looking like he might be overtaking both of them into fourth place. So not worked out for Roger there, but Sam's more than thankful for that, and it's putting him back up into fourth place, and giving him a bit of a gap over Cherry Berry as well. So you'll be quite thankful for that. And it's Cherry Berry again involved in the last lap scrap, but can Roger do anything about him, or can he hold on? Because it looks like Sam's been a bit of an escape road here as he dashes away and leaves the two to battle out. As you look up at the front, it's still Alex Brown with a with a very comfortable margin. There's Alex Brown confirmed as race winner, so congratulations to him. That's an excellent win for him, and he'll be very pleased with that, I'm sure, as we look at the scraps here. Oh, Cherryberry getting off with scraps for the
Still going on.
For the final 4th place here.
Yeah, these battles seem to be never ending, don't they, between these three? And Roger Dodger now is ahead of Cherryberry. Roger's still got an outside chance of the championship, let's not forget, so it's no wonder he's putting up such a fight here. He really does want to get as many points as possible on this man, but it looks like Scuderia Sam had a bit of a get-out-of-jail-free ticket there on that one, because it looked like he was surely going to lose the spot to Roger, and he comes over the line, he'll be happy with that to claim 4th position ahead of the podium. Just behind the podium finishes there as the party kicks off. Chris Doherty gets a podium in GT3, incredible. Well done, Chris, a real life racing driver. Sorry about cursing you in turn 1, but it worked out in the end. And Alex DDL was really closing fast on Cherryberry and Roger, and now he's behind Twingo. So I don't know what happened to Alex DDL there, but he had some sort of incident. It's probably his BMW trying to kill him again in some unusual way. But Luke McGee had a bit of a quiet one, didn't he? In the end, it was quite a quiet one from Luke McGee as he's making up his own circuit, trying to find his way back. I think he'll just pull over and get a ride back to the pits on a virtual scooter. But anyway, he finishes 9th, and DNF for Free Gazelle, unfortunately. But Alex Brown claims the win. Fantastic win for Alex Brown there. And that does his championship world of good, because now he's just 1 point behind Free Gazelle and 2 points behind Twingo. But Scuderia Sam leads the way and extends his lead slightly over Alex DDL, who had a dismal round, let's be honest. That BMW tried to kill him more times than once. But next up is Spa, and that's a fantastic driver circuit. Everybody's been looking forward to this one, so look forward to seeing you there. From Ian and myself, thanks for watching. See you next time.